Let's try it now. Coke. And try not to crunch them too much. Okay, now go back. Let's see. Root beer. And just, you know, what we're going to eventually do is whoever's the last one, or whoever messes up will be out, and the two winners will each get to pick one of these beautiful prizes. All right, now go back to where you are. I'm going to introduce a few more fun and embarrassing rules. Goodbye. All right, Coke. Root beer. Root beer. Now, you want the new kids? Wow. Should we play some new kids for them? All right, go back to where you are. MC Hammer. AT&T. Little Mermaid. Now just, you know, it's not a rush. Yeah, I mean, like, you would have been out. You just went, under the seat. Come on, I want it, just him. Just you and your partner, Little Mermaid. I want to see this properly. Come on, just for him, Little Mermaid. There we go. Let's hear it for him. Yeah. All right, Dr. Pepper. You guys are all been out. You would have been out.
Everyone in. He wins.
Now, okay, Pepsi. The red striped shirt. Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. Okay. All right, we're down to 1, 2, 3, 6 different people for a little bit of Coke. And if you fall on the ground like that, they're out. Stuff. Go back. Go back. Coke. Ooh, this is too close. No. Go back. Coke. All right, go back. Coke. And we have our winners.
Right here, guys.
All right, let's hear it for them. Let's hear anything. Everyone ready? I don't really hear anything. All right, you guys ready? All right, Simon says, put your hands on your stomach. Simon says, put your hands on your knees. Simon says, put your hands on your stomach. Put your hands on your head. He's out. He's out. All right, Simon says to jump up and down. Simon says, stop. Okay, once again. All right. Simon says jump up and down again. Simon says stop. Up and down again. It works twice in a row. There you go. All right. The people with the hats on, take them off. I didn't say Simon says. Sorry about that. Simon says to hop on one foot. Okay, switch. Simon says keep going. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. Simon says stop. Simon says to turn around in circles. Simon says to go faster. Simon says to get dizzy. Simon says to fall to the ground. Simon says to put one foot in the air. Unless you're wearing a skirt, you don't have to do it, Simon says. All right, Simon says to like alternate and kick feet. Simon says also say, girls, can you do the can? Okay, come on, get up. Everyone get up. Ooh, look at that. All right, folks, come on, everyone up. Everyone up. Simon says stop. Simon says to get up. Okay, Simon says, the speed round. Simon says, put your hands on your stomach. He's not out. No, he was laughing at someone. Don't worry about it. Simon says to laugh at the person next to you. Simon says stop. That's cool. Simon says laugh at the person next to you. Simon says stop. This is great. Don't you wish like your teachers can do this? All right. Simon says put your hands on your stomach. Simon says put your hands on your shoulders. Put your hands on your knees. Okay, Simon says put your hands on your knees. Simon says don't hit the cameraman. He was out before. Alright, this is going too slow. Simon says to like walk around in a circle. But Simon says do not hit the cameraman. Now Simon says to like a big circle, like sort of like follow the leader, Simon says.
This way, this way.
Simon says for all the guys to run to the bathroom. Simon says for all the girls to laugh at them. Okay, Simon says get out of the bathroom. Simon says to run to the girls' room. No, Simon says stop. Simon says stop. I know how much you want to do that. All right, Simon says jump up and down. Simon says stop. Put your hands on your head. Sorry, he's out. Actually, she's getting technical. Simon says put your hands down. Put your hands back on your head. Now he's out. All right, we're running a little dry here. You guys are just too smart. Oh, you want to give it a try? Here we go.
Okay, you ready? Everybody put your hands on your head. You're out. Okay, Simon says put your hands on your feet. Simon says put your hands on your chest. Simon says put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your chest.
No, on your chest, not hers.
Okay, Simon says everybody move to this side of the room. Come on, hurry up. Go. Move back. You're out.
Oh.
Okay, Simon says half of you move back. If the wrong half goes, you're out. Okay, this is pretty good, right? You guys are just good. Simon says put your hands on your hips. Simon says touch your nose. Simon says touch your ears. Touch your head.
Oh! Tricks are here.
Simon says touch the person next to your head. Simon says to pat them on the head and go, good boy, good boy. Okay, put your hands back at your side. Whoa, shoot out. Take over. Tag team, Simon says.
Stop. You're out. Here's the date. Okay. I'll give you the benefit.
Simon says to bark like a dog. Simon says to bark like a big dog.
Stop.
Simon says stop. Simon says bark like your teacher.
Simon says do jumping jacks.
Oops, wait, time for a break.
Simon says do deep knee bend.
Simon says
Simon says do deep knee. You're all out. You all stop. Simon says do deep knee bend.
Simon says do
Deep knee bends. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Oh!
You're out. Those are the only two I caught. These two right here. I don't know. You catch anybody else?
I didn't see anyone else. Simon says put your hands in the air. Simon says to stop knee bending. Simon says put your arms down. Simon says just to put your right arm up. Ooh, it smells. Put that down. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, put your arms down. Here we go. All right, put your arms down. Here we go. All right, put your arms down. Simon says put your arms down, please. Thank you. Okay, everyone move to the center. Let's try to get some people over here.
Come on, let's go. Everybody.
Okay, never mind. Okay, Simon says touch your toes. Simon says touch your knees. Simon says touch your hips. Simon says touch your stomach. Simon says touch your shoulders, touch your head. Wow. There we go. 4 down. All right, touch your head. Touch your knees.
Oh, Trickster here.
Oh, I'm trying to trick them. Simon says touch someone else's shoes.
Oh.
Simon says to untie their shoes.
Alright, stop.
Oh,
You're
he
out.
stopped.
Get out.
And the guy, yeah, both of them.
Both of you.
He stopped. It's just out of these 2.
You're out. Alright, Simon, go. Simon
All
says
right,
stop.
Simon says stop.
Get in the middle.
Simon's.
Right there, get in the middle.
Simon says try
Simon
not to
says
trip.
get in the middle.
All right, Simon says to face each other. Simon says for you with the hat to give him a dirty look. Simon says for the wait, what's your name? What's the guy with the hat's name? Simon says. What? Ivory? Ivory Street.
Alex.
Alex? Oh, there. And? Ivan.
Ivan.
Ah, okay.
Listen. Both of you put your hands on your head.
Simon says put your hands on your head. Simon says put your hands on your other person's head. Simon says put your hands on the other person's shoulders. Simon says put your hands on the other person's hips. Simon says to lambada. Simon says stop. Simon says to everyone else, do they look foolish?
Yeah!
Simon asks, do you guys care? Okay, Simon says do it some more. Come on. Simon says act like you like each other. They're both out now. Okay, Simon says stop. Simon says to run around in a big circle. Simon says.
Go, big circle.
Big circle.
Big,
Simon
big.
says faster.
Stop!
Simon says stop. Simon says face each other. Simon says to very lightly tap the guy with that. Tap Alex on the shoulder very lightly. Hit him back. Oh, good thing you didn't do it. I didn't say Simon says. Simon says to just move his arm away slowly. No, Simon says to move his arm away slowly. Oh, okay, go back to where. This is getting nowhere. Go back to where you were. Simon says go back in the middle and face me. Okay, now face each other.
Ooh,
And he's out. And we have a winner after a record 36 minutes. And you win a 2-minute. You want the Gucci shirt? All right, let's hear it for Alex.
Go.
Let's hear it. You guys.
People in the party, hot, hot, hot. People in the party, hot, hot, hot. We come to the party, no what they got. We come to the party, no what they got. I'm hot, you're hot. He's hot, she's hot. I'm hot, you're hot. He's hot, she's hot. Real hot, real hot.
The other one ran back.
Girls, not on the side. Girls, in the
Girls, listen to the man.
in the front.
Last chance, ladies.
Whoops.
Come on, she wants to go. I know you want to. All right, on 3, say yes. Ready? 1,
2.